Hey, welcome back to the Doggone Positive Way. This is season 1 of Shut Up or Over, and we're on episode 3. I've got video. We're in the pantry. It's the best for sound for me for right now. And I mean, we've got everything. You're seeing everything. Somebody once told me, and you know who you are, people, and it's more than one person. Let's see. Do it messy, do it scared, do it anyway. This is doing it messy and scared, literally and figuratively. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. We're talking about your dog barking, and we're annoyed at them, and we're telling them to shut up, and it's ineffective for us to yell at them because I think our dogs think, hey, you're hearing it too. Let's do this together. Like, we're a team. Yay. And you know how one dog sometimes feeds off of another dog? Our dog Bella can be like, woof. And Troy's like, oh my God, what's happening? Rah, 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 rah. All right. So it's annoying to us, but it's what they do. You know, they're here to protect us. Some of our dogs are bred specific for protection and for sound and hearing. And I'm sorry, they're dogs. And this is what they do. They bark. Their hearing is super sensitive. They can hear for a long distance. And I don't know how long that distance is. You can look that up. But it's got to be really far away if they're barking at stuff that we just can't hear. I mean, maybe it's a couple blocks away. I don't know. And it probably also depends on where you live. Like, do you live in the mountains and you have echoing, or are you in a field? Are you near water? Lake water, from what I understand, can carry sound and conversation further than what you think. So be careful when you're talking about things when you're on a lake. Anyway, basically we've got all these different, scientific facts about why they bark, where, how great their hearing is. And honestly, we really don't give a shit because our dogs are driving us crazy. And some of you guys have dogs that are barking and you live in an apartment. Let's talk about that for a minute. There are different things you can do to alleviate that barking. And I'm going to talk a lot about enrichment. And this is so important for our dogs. You need to enrich your dogs, period. I don't care what you do, what your lifestyle is, anything like that. You've got to provide for your pets. Kong toys and Buster cubes and lick mats and exercise. You've got to exercise your dogs. Get a doggy treadmill. Get a regular treadmill. You have a treadmill, use the treadmill. Don't put it on, 5 million. Don't be stupid. Start them off slow and easily just get them used to it. Some of your dogs are going to think you're crazy, and some of your dogs, like our dog Troy, is like, this is awesome and we're doing this. And Troy took to it immediately. Troy's a boxer beagle mix. He's a big boy. He liked it. There's no problems with him. And your dogs who are not going to be into it, don't force them. If you want to learn to train them onto something that is moving, great. But don't do it and then be like, oh, it didn't work. My dog is still barking. I got kicked out of my apartment. All right, let's be realistic and let's use common sense. So exercise your dogs. You've got to do it in the morning. If you live in a hot environment, do it in the morning and do it at night. Play ball with them in the house. You've got options. I lived in a very tiny apartment, about 10 years ago. And it was maybe 200-300 square feet. It was little, okay? It was awesome though. But I played ball with Rufus in my apartment. It's like I could bounce it off that wall over there. I could sit on my bed. I can sit, in a chair, whatever, and just bounce it off the wall. And he got it. And then I had a little fenced in area for him, very small. And I did the same thing. I played ball with him out there. He needed that. He got a Kong when I was home, when I wasn't home. He got his Buster Cube, whether I was home or whether I wasn't home. And what that does also is make the Buster Cube or the Kong toy just a regular enrichment toy. There's no precursor to you leaving. Don't get in the habit, or don't even start doing this. Okay, I'm gonna leave. All right, bye, see ya. And you give them the Kong and you leave. How many of you come home and the Kong is full? Why is the Kong full? If your dog is stressed out, your Kong giving is a precursor to you leaving. The dog is stressed out. They don't want to eat the Kong. They're gonna wait until you get home. This is the other thing it shows me. And Troy's in the background. He totally agrees. And he's like, stop telling our secrets. I don't like that. This is the other thing it tells me. If your dog isn't eating the cookie, yes, he's stressed or she's stressed. But you're probably feeding your dog a little too much. I want everybody to cut back a little tiny bit on their food. And if you're not measuring your dog's food, start measuring your dog's food, okay? So, we started out talking about a dog barking and their ability to hear things way easier and way better than we can because of science and the way their ears are built and their structure. And now we're talking about cutting back on dog food and measuring your dog food. A lot of people don't know how much dog food they're getting. A lot of people leave their dog food bowl down, which is a cardinal sin for every dog owner ever. Don't do that. There's many reasons. We'll do another episode. There's so much. I can talk to you for so long about this stuff. But trust me. Just trust me and humor me. This week, cut back a little bit on your dog's food. Start measuring it so you know how much they're getting. So let's just say you feed them twice a day and start measuring, and you're like, but a cup at each meal. I use the dog food bag as a guide, not as exactly what to feed it. The dog food company wants you to buy more food. They don't care if your dog's fat. They're just like, oh yeah, they're 30 to 50 pounds. We're going to feed them 3 cups of food a day. Really? That's crazy. I'm making up measurements, but there is that weight range that they want you to follow, okay? So ignore that and use it as a guide, just a little bit of a guide. So if there's like a dog weight range from 30 to 50 pounds and they're like, feed it 2 cups once a day or 2 cups twice a day. That's 4 cups total. I wouldn't do that. I would just cut back, okay? Cut way back. Let me give you a better example. That was kind of a crappy example. If you're feeding your dog a cup of food twice a day, so a cup of food in the morning and a cup of food at night, cut back by 1/4 of a cup at each meal. So instead of a cup in the morning and a cup at night, you're going 3/4 of a cup in the morning, 3/4 of a cup at night. That may not be enough to motivate your dog to eat the Kong when you leave, okay? But we're going to start there. You're going to have to let me know how it goes. I need to know from everybody what's working for you and what's not working for you. And then we can kind of figure things out and tweak things a little bit. Maybe you need to cut back a little bit more. You definitely need to be giving your dog a Kong when you're home. Why wouldn't you give your dog a Kong when you're home? When you come home from work, don't you sit down and relax? You get on your phone, you watch television, you talk to your friends, you cook, you whatever. You have a glass of wine. You start to like just kind of feed yourself differently mentally. Our dogs need that input also, and we just need to do what's appropriate for them. So we've got exercise and enrichment. If you forgot any of the toys or anything that I mentioned, or you don't remember what I told you as far as, you know, the type of toy, just hit me up, DM me. You know how to get a hold of me. You can message me on Facebook, Maria Ryan. You can find me on TikTok at Dog Gone Positive, and on Instagram, Maria's MS Madness, and on YouTube also at Dog Gone Positive. So I'm gonna see if I can link stuff in here. I have no idea, but every episode we're gonna talk about enrichment and what we need to do to help our dogs be more successful. If our dogs are more successful and they're not annoying us the way they are sometimes, then we'll have a better relationship with them. We won't be stressed out. We won't be annoyed. We won't yell at them. We won't get rid of them, okay? If you have a problem with your dog in an apartment building and you're getting notices, please contact me. Like, totally, you've got to call me or email me. We will work out a program and we'll take care of that problem, because you can't get kicked out. I don't want your dog going to a shelter, and we just need to find what's going to work for your dog. And 9 times out of 10, if not really 10 out of 10, it's really 10 out of 10. Enrichment and exercise. A tired dog is a good dog, okay? That's my message for today. Very short podcast. I don't want to keep you long. I don't want to bore you. We'll get into more stuff later down the road. And thanks for supporting this messy podcast that I'm putting together. I'm just doing this, everybody. So, hey, everybody needs to just go out and do what they want to do, and don't let yourself get in your own way. Get out of your way. Have a great day.